Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. I am so excited to come at you today with some words of wisdom and encouragement. My name is Brittanie Wright, and I am on the nutrition team at Vitality Health Matrix. Today, we're going to talk about rhythms and routines. Um, my job here is to help with lifestyle changes, and I am a big believer that our routines are either serving us or hurting us, serving us or stressing us, if you will. And I also believe that our routines, the things that we set up in our day, help dictate the rhythm of our day. I also believe that we can have routines and our rhythm can be off, and we can still accomplish those routines. Those routines keep us grounded when the rhythm of life tends to change. And so I want to take you through what I believe to be the difference between a rhythm, the difference between a rhythm and a routine. I want to help you create and talk through some routines, what they are, what they could be. Um, I'm going to challenge you to look at your own routines and see how they're serving you or stressing you. And then we're going to talk about rhythms and how the rhythms of life, whether that's day to day or month to month, season to season, how having routines can be inserted into our different rhythms as we go through them with life. So I'm going to share my screen and we are going to walk through this together. Oh, let's hope this works. Okay. We'll do this later. All right, we're gonna try this. Hopefully this works. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect. I'm gonna share. We're gonna move this little guy over here and click present. I just did this and that's not what I wanted to do. This is one. Okay, there we go. Quick buttons. Okay, so we're going to turn your routines into rhythms, how consistent routines can help establish flexible rhythms for your life. And when I started to think about this in my own life, I'm a mom, and I have four kids. And what routines served me when they were little and we were at home and I was dealing with preschool schedules is not the same rhythm that serves me now as they're older and in grade school and more sporting events and more extracurriculars. So my routines have stayed the same, but the rhythm in which I do them has changed. The flexibility of the routines has had to grow as my life has had to change, as the family schedule has changed. And so maybe you're finding yourself in that season two. Maybe it's not kids, but maybe it's a job change or a season. Maybe you spend some time in the winter at this house or this place, and then maybe you travel and do a little bit more of that during, the winters with your husband and or your spouse and or your partner and take time off. And life is just different during different seasons of the year. What I want to encourage you is that by establishing these good routines, these good habits that we stack on each other, that's really what a routine is habits that we do one right after another. So that could be a whole nother topic for another day. But when these routines are set in place, then now we just have to shift this routine into a different rhythm, different schedule, if you will, for your day. So, what's a rhythm? What's a routine? A rhythm is a movement. It's a fluctuation, a variation marked by regular reoccurrence or a natural flow of related elements. So, it just kind of naturally happens. It's the rhythm of the day, it's the rhythm of work. It's kind of what just goes with the flow during this season of life. Where a routine is a sequence of actions or habits that are regularly followed. There's a fixed program, there's a start and a stop, if you will. So, for example, the rhythm of the day is I get up and, but I don't have a set time that I'm getting up, right? Like I get up and this is what I do, and I go into this routine. Now, it can change, right? So, the rhythm in which we carry on the day changes. I'm going to do a real life example right here. Like my kids did not have school today. So there's certain routines that I do through the day. Those are still getting done, but the order in which or the rhythm in which they're done changes to accommodate the schedule and for kids home, right? Is that making sense, right? Like the routine is habits that are stacked together. The rhythm is the order in which those rhythms or those routines take place, okay? So routines. Routines, I love them. I want you to just kind of put on this lens that a routine is not a like like an all or nothing. But what a routine does for me is I kind of can go on autopilot. My body knows what to do. I don't have to think about things. I just do, right? Like it's just the flow, it's just the routine. So routines help create less decisions to be made. So when I'm coaching a client, right, we want to come up with a consistent breakfast. Why? Because no one wants to start their day off going, what am I going to eat? It's just one more thing. Am I going to have eggs? Am I going to have egg whites? Am I going to have this? What if we just created a consistent routine breakfast? Now we don't have to wake up and have those decisions in the morning. It's just automatic. Similar to an outfit. I've heard of this, like Mark Zuckerberg wears the same outfit. He wears jeans and I think it's a black t-shirt. He just changes the kind of black t-shirt. He just changes his jeans. Less decisions to be made helps us keep some mental energy for bigger decisions that we may need to keep later. It takes out the guesswork, especially from a food perspective. I love this for our bodies because our bodies know exactly what to expect. It's going to know that it's going to get fed. It knows how much it's going to get fed. It knows how long that meal is going to sustain its body, its energy. And it takes the guesswork out of it. It takes the guesswork out of it for you. Better planning for time management. You no longer have to like, oh, how long is this going to take me to like make my breakfast? How long is it going to take me to get ready for the day? How long is it going to take me to, because you've made this a routine, you know that to get ready, there's 5 series of events that are going to take place. You know how long the shower is going to take. You know what kind of shower you have to take. You know how long the shower is going to take. You know how long it typically takes you to do your makeup, how long it typically takes you to do your hair. And if you have your outfit picked out, you know what you're going to wear and you have to get dressed. So I know that my routine from shower to get dressed, from makeup and hair takes me about 45 minutes. So I can now better plan my time management of what I'm able to get done in the day. Your body adapts and adjusts. It's less internal stress. So we're not constantly like, oh, I skipped this meal today, or I had like 1 egg and 1 piece of toast. And then the next day we have 2 pieces of toast and 2 eggs and a cup of egg whites. Your body's not having to adjust all of the time into guess. It has consistency, and our body can crave that for a certain amount of time. Your family understands the expectations for your day. You understand the expectations for your day. Your boss understands the expectations coming at you for the day and where your routine is at and what your routine looks like. My kids know that I wake up and I have my morning routine, and they've gotten better as they've gotten older because they've seen me do it since they were little, that is my morning time. We don't have the TV on. We are quiet out here. We have minimal light on. I like it dark in the morning, but that's the morning routine. My family understands that, right? When they see me change my workout clothes on and they see me with my pre-workout, they know what routine is coming. They know mom is going into the workout room and mom is getting in movement. Um, and that's the routine, right? Like they know my routine. They know the expectation. They know I'm going to be in there for about 35 to 40 minutes and I'll be ready to go when I'm done. So having those routines established has really helped me build some credibility for myself. I've trusted myself to know that when I start the routine, I'm confident I'm going to finish it. And so there's a great place for routines in your life for all different tasks. I know I'm focusing on movement and morning routine with this, but routines, and we'll go over that later in a little bit in a couple slides, routines can serve you in so many ways and in so many different areas of your life. So the problem with routines is they're not always duplicatable in different seasons of life or different places, right? So sometimes when we're traveling, I have to get a little flexible with my morning routine. I know that like, okay, I'm going to a hotel. There's six of us in the hotel. I'm probably not going to be able to wake up and read my devotion and journal and all that stuff. It's going to be dark. But I know that I can put on my headphones, listen to a podcast, and maybe type some gratitude in my phone, or I just sit and I be. So the routine is still there, right? What I'm doing and how I'm doing it may change, but that is still there to wake up to center myself a little bit with some good positivity, some good music in my ears, and maybe a quick devotion or quick gratitude or quick journal session. Um, so it's not always duplicatable, and sometimes we have to just catch ourselves, but we can learn from that. We can adapt, right? It creates rigidity. So it can get you in a place where like this is the routine and I don't know what to do when I'm out of the routine. And that's not what we want. Not here at Vitality Health Matrix. We want to make sure that we're empowering you with the routines that serve you at home and serve you well and coach you and how to bring that routine, like I was talking about, along the way into a hotel or a family stay. So it can create some rigidity and less flow in your life, so there's less flow or room for interruption to occur. So if we get too set in our routines and rhythms, we don't allow for white noise. We don't allow for the sick kid. We get a little frustrated, or the calendar, that starts to fill up, and we're like, oh my gosh, no, like that's when I do that. We have to be able to learn how to be able to go from in and out of those rhythms. You can become detached from the routine. So you can start to see that like, this is just what I do. And we stop pushing ourselves a little bit. We stop pushing through a comfort zone. We stick with the same foods. We stick with the same exercises. We stick with the same trainers or videos. And maybe we're used to training for 25 minutes and nothing more. So we can get a little detached and too into the routine that we stop pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone. Um, this one hit home for me when the routine isn't working because life changes. You can start to feel inadequate. Like, what happened to me? This served me for so long here. Like, what's happening with me that I can't do this anymore? But it's often not you, right? It's just life circumstances change and that routine no longer serves you. And that's where we talked about in the beginning. Is it serving you or is it stressing you? And asking yourself that question and maybe each season of life. So a rhythm allows for small routines to happen for each task. So when I say a task, I mean like laundry. Laundry is a task. Workout is a task. Answering emails is a task. Driving to work is a task. Getting on a phone call or a video call for work is a task. There's always a small routine that happens when you are getting ready for a work meeting. This just happens for me, right? Like I have a work meeting. So there's a routine that I do every single time that I sit down to go to work. I put my laptop in the corner of my desk. I grab the chair from the kitchen. I make sure my water bottle is full. I make sure I go to the bathroom. I turn my phone on silence. And sometimes I have a snack. That is my routine when I know I have to clock in for work. So those small routines happen for each task so that I don't forget things as easily because they're part of the routine. That's the rhythm in which I live. A rhythm allows for ebb and flow to your day. So the routine is here, right? Like these are the things that I do, but the ebb and flow of what I approach them in my day may change, which allows for a flowing rhythm. Time blocking is a great task that is extremely helpful to learn and help you get into a rhythm. So instead of every day being the same, I look at my day and I say, okay, where do I need to put this routine? Where's this routine? Where's that routine? The biggest routine that had to change for me was my workout. That's the one that gets moved around the most, and that is dependent on my kids' school schedule, my husband's work schedule when does he need to clock in early or can I ask him for help in the morning? And then my own personal work schedule, right? So those three schedules come first, and then I take my workout, then I take my laundry, then I take groceries or cleaning. I take those things and I move those around so that I prioritize the things that matter, but the rhythm in which I get them done may change every day. So knowing the rhythm in which you want to live for life or what you need to have for your life allows for more change through the seasons and goal changes. So, what are your goals? Are you training for a marathon? Are you trying to lift heavier? Are you trying to cut down on work hours? Do you need to create more workspace in your life? Um, Having those healthy rhythms allow you to change the routines so that you can make sure that you're still working towards the goals that you want. Um, Rhythm is more based on a feeling in the moment versus the rigidity. So I don't look at the rhythm saying this is the must, right? Like this, that's not it. It's more of like, okay, this is the rhythm in which the day is flowing, and I just have these routines, that piece in there. So common routines that come up as I coach clients is a workout routine. So when we get home from work or when we wake up in the morning, we change our clothes, we make a pre-workout, we turn our videos on, we fill up a water bottle, we do the workout. Maybe you plug in your headphones, maybe you listen to a podcast. Um, that is a workout routine. So those are habits stacked together that, let's say, hey, my workout time today is at 8:30. This is the routine you're going to follow. The rhythm may change tomorrow when you have to work out at 11 a.m. So the rhythm of your day changed, but that routine just got plugged in somewhere else. The routine didn't change. Are you catching what I'm putting down here? So you can change your clothes, make a pre-workout, load your video, fill your water, complete your workout, check into a group if that's your style, whatever you need to do, that's your workout routine. What's your morning routine? Maybe, I mean, no matter what, if I woke up at 6 or if I wake up at 5:30, if I sleep in and wake up at 8, I get up, I go to the bathroom, I get my water going. Um, this isn't my morning routine because then I would be changing my clothes. I take my vitamins, I get my kids up and I get my kids ready for school. I do my devotions, those kinds of things. But if you are working, you get up, you go to the bathroom, grab some water, turn on your shower and get ready for the day. Come make your coffee, make your breakfast, and go on with your day. Other routines that can be in good place are an evening routine. I love an evening routine for two reasons. You can set up an evening routine to prep for the day ahead, right? So getting my kids' lunch boxes out and putting them on the counter, getting their water bottles, putting them on the counter, making sure, do I have to have a slip or money returned for field, a field trip or something? Do I have library books out for the kids? Are we doing that, right? So we have our evening routine as a family doing all of that stuff to prep for the next day. But then I also have my evening routine to help me get into bed that signals to my body, hey, starting to wind down, it's nighttime, we're decompressing, where I brush my teeth, I wash my face, I change into my pajamas, I put on my slippers, I turn off the screens. Maybe I grab a Kindle and read for a little bit. Maybe I journal, or maybe I just go to bed. I have some, some nighttime tea and some magnesium, and I go to bed. Maybe you have a work routine. When you get to work, you clock in, you turn on your computer. While your computer is loading, you go to the water fountain and fill up your water bottle, say hi to your coworkers. You come back, you look at your calendar, and you start with emails first. And then you have an email routine, right? So, like, it's all these little routines that are stacked together to create it. But then I don't panic anymore when I'm like, my Sunday is my meal planning day. So that's what got me thinking about that. Like, I have learned that during the winter, my routine for meal planning is best done on Sundays. But through coaching and working closely with a nutrition coach myself, I realized that like that was not conducive when life changed in the spring and we were no longer home on Sundays. So I had to take that routine and just shift it into a different rhythm in my week, and I do it on Friday. The routine is the same. The rhythm in which I've completed it has changed. Is that making sense? So I think it's incredibly important to make sure that you do have routines down that are those we call them trigger habits. So when I change my clothes into workout clothes and I drink my pre-workout, I know that that workout is happening next. My body knows, I know when I wash my face and take my makeup off, I'm not getting on a video. I'm not doing a call. I'm not doing work. That is a trigger to tell my body physically and mentally that my day is done, right? Turning lights off at night, that's a trigger habit that tells my body it's bedtime, right? So those are all things, routines, trigger habits that trigger the next thing. And so those are either serving you well or not serving you well at all. That's what I need you to take some time after this call and ask yourself. Let's take morning routine. Most clients get up, they drink coffee. I would love for that to not be the first thing we put into our body, right? We get up, we make the coffee maker, we go do what we need to do, we come back, we get our coffee, we drink our coffee. What if we change the trigger habit here? We change the routine, we add something, we get up, we go to the bathroom, we drink water, and we drink water because there's a glass next to our coffee maker. And there's a glass next to our coffee maker because last night before we went to bed, I placed the glass there. So, an evening routine, let's back it up. Before I go to bed, I put out my coffee cup under my coffee maker and I set out a glass. And while my coffee is brewing, there's a trigger habit of an empty cup. And I fill that cup and I drink 8 ounces of water before I've had my coffee. The first thing my body experiences is a cup of water. Okay. So that's how we can assess, like, is this serving you? Is this not? Is there a trigger habit that we need to insert to change the course of the routine, to change the course to better serve you and not stress you out or harm you? Right? So maybe we struggle with working out when we get home from work. The trigger habit is we get home and we sit on the couch, or we maybe make a meal and now we're like unmotivated to work out. What if instead of sitting on the couch, we go into your room and you change your clothes, excuse me, right when you get home into workout clothes? Changing that trigger habit. So we're telling our body, hey, we're not quite ready to sit on the couch yet. We're going to go work out. So we're going to change our clothes. And then if I was working with a client, I'd be like, what is something else that you could do? Like, is there a laundry that we could change out? Is there some sheets that maybe need to be something active, right? Like something that keeps us up and moving. Because often when we sit on the couch, we start to lose our momentum for the day. So those little things, checking out our routine when we get home, are they helping us get to our goals? Are they hurting us to get to our goals? And seeing if we can work together to find that trigger habit that can change the routine for the better. So routine placement for daily rhythm, taking all those routines and then time blocking them into your day where they fit best for that specific day, that week, that month, whatever, however often that routine needs to get done. Like if we're sticking with workouts, I take that routine and I sit down, and you can listen to a previous call called Intentionally Planning for Success, where you're going to best fit how you're going to work out each day because it's going to change. Like my life is no longer all 4 kids at home, one school drop off, one school pickup. Like my life is not like that anymore. My life has changed. So I need to sit down and say, oh, perfect. Well, Monday I start work at 9. So I can't work out until later in the afternoon. Tuesday I work at 9. I can't work out till later in the afternoon. Okay, Wednesday, my schedule doesn't start. My first client's at 10:30. I have time to do a strength training workout, and I'm going to do that at 9 o'clock. So I can take that routine and I plug that into a different part of my day. I plug it into a different rhythm of that day. That rhythm is going to be a little bit different. So what are the routines to help you get in the mindset, but the rhythm in which they occur will be changed based on your schedule, cycle, menstrual, or your family needs, your work needs. Maybe it's the season of life, weather. Maybe you're a daily walker and you're like, you love your daily, you love that daily routine of walking. You get your stuff going, you put your headphones on, you go outside and you have your loop that you walk, but it's really, really cold or it's really, really hot in the morning during the season. So we have to change that routine. We can keep it, but we need to change it into the afternoon when maybe it's a little bit warmer, or maybe in the evening when it's a little bit cooler. Each day may require a different rhythm, and that's what we need to lean into, especially for our type A people that want the same routine every single day. Each day may require a different rhythm with the same routines. So if you were to take a work day versus a weekend day, you still have similar routines of your morning, of your workout, of your evening, what you're working on, whether that's work or meal planning, managing your family or something like that. The routines are the same, but the rhythm in which you do it they may change. You can now maybe wake up and work out right away in the morning or before 10, or not have to work out in the afternoon. So it's really beneficial if you can sit down on Sundays and take a look at your week and be able to place these routines and get a better handle on when you can complete the tasks that you want to complete, and give yourself the time to do them and not get stressed out or down on yourself. So I just wanted to share some resources and books to read that are on this topic. Some of them I have read. I think the only two I haven't are The Micro Stress Effect, and Change Your Schedule, Change Your Life. But the other ones I have read and I have absolutely loved. The other two are in my Kindle for this year's reading. So you can screenshot that, or if you are listening and need a reminder if you're driving and can't do that, you can always just comment below the recording or send me a message and we can get this list to you. But Atomic Habits by James Clear, The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma was just really good about talking the benefits of a consistent routine. The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, Chasing the Bright Side by Jess Engstrom, The Joy of Missing Out by Tanya Dalton, The Micro Stress Effect, How Little Things Pile Up by Karen Dillon, Change Your Schedule, Change Your Life. And I can't say that name, so I'm not going to. But these are all great books. So if this is an area of struggle for you and you consistently feel like you're flying by the seat of your pants and making last minute decisions to what's going to happen today, I just encourage you to maybe pick one of these. I would start with Atomic Habits. I think that was a really great book to get into that mindset of how our habits are hurting us or helping us, and how to stack them together to create these routines that we have through our day. So that is all I have for you today. I hope that you found this helpful. I hope that you can just take some time to reflect on your routines, on the rhythms of your days, your weeks, your month, and be able to work through them so that they can better serve you and your health, your nervous system, your stress levels, and set you up for success in the long term. So I am here to answer any questions if you have them, and otherwise we'll see you on the next call.